Mavericks lost, but not too late.
Alright, so 3 things I learned from Seth Curry. We were at the Mavericks game. We got pretty good seats. So this guy, before he signed I think he signed like a $2 or $3 million deal. He played at Liberty University, which is basically like a Division III college. Nobody knows about him. And then he's had to sit out. He played very well there, so he didn't go straight to the NBA from Liberty University. He had to play at Duke University. After sitting out, he transferred to Duke, and then kind of played his way up into the big leagues. He played well at Duke, averaged 15 points a game, but then he didn't get drafted in the NBA. And so he had to play in the D League, the developmental league, making like $30,000 a year for basically like 2 years, and almost gave up on his NBA dream. But then he eventually made it to the NBA. He got a call. He's in like a parking lot in like his SUV after like a game in like a middle school gym, and then finally got his call up. So the moral of the story is like, you don't always just go straight to the league. You gotta always think about what is the next level and how do I get there. So for him, it was like, all right, I play at Liberty. I need to dominate at Liberty, then I can play the next level. So then he transferred to Duke, played well, and then his next year he played very well. So he kind of almost dominated at Duke, but then he still didn't get drafted. So then he had to play in the developmental league, where you don't make shit, you make pennies. You make $30,000 playing in like Albuquerque, New Mexico. And so then he played in the D League, and then he averaged like the most amount of points for like 2 years. He's like the leading scorer for 2 years, and then he still didn't make the league. But then eventually he got that call where he made the NBA, and he signed like a 2-year deal for like $2 million in Sacramento, and they still didn't even like they still kind of put him on the bench. And then he had to like, not dominate, but he averaged like 15 points a game when he actually played at Sacramento, and then he finally got signed by the Mavericks for a somewhat decent contract. So you got to think about it. You got to get to one level, then get to the next level. You can't just jump like 5 levels. You can try for that, but the more realistic path is you kind of got to work your way up from one level to the next. Always be thinking about what is the next level and how do I get there. Isn't that right? This is my brother Matt. And so think about what is the next level and how do I get there. That's a great quote. Eben Pagan. Look up Eben Pagan. This guy makes like 20 million a year online, just killing it. But what is the next level and how do I get there? Just think about that. All right, talk to you later.